Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have an interesting reading for you about somebody that thought they could control all of the little elements in a situation and get the desired outcome that they wanted. It feels to me like this is somebody that wanted to make sure that they could trap somebody in a relationship. With that Tower card, we can see it's probably one of those situations where somebody was running around like a crazy person, maybe leveraging different connections or people to keep a particular story straight, make somebody feel as though this Queen of Cups in the reverse was a more admirable or respectable person than they actually are. But at the end of the day, we still have the Hierophant in the reverse, which tells me this relationship isn't going to go the distance, or somebody doesn't feel like a long-term relationship is the move, right? Which I think says that somebody here has actually been exposed for who they truly are. Hello there, Miss Joanna. Hello, James. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I think we'll dive in with the signs of the times. We have number 29, the skull. For those of you that know me, you know I love skeletons and skulls. This is from Thailand. You don't have to bother with that one, but it's just kind of fun. Yeah, so in this particular context, the skull is representative of an ending. So there's something here about this Hierophant in the reverse card being confirmed with regards to, this just isn't working out for me anymore. Then we have enlightenment, right? Sometimes you have to get confirmation of what you think a person, actually means to you. Sometimes you find out information and it helps fill in the gaps that you were trying to work out on your own. Because we have letters in this enlightenment, which would be communication. I feel like somebody told whoever I'm reading for a piece of information that confirmed a suspicion, or that confirmed that somebody was acting out of like a negative intent or a negative, I don't know, energy. All right, let's move to the tarot. This is the Marigold Tarot. Nine of Wands and the Four of Swords in the reverse. Wow, Magician in the reverse and the Two of Wands. Yeah, I don't like this energy. I kind of felt like that was going to be the case, but right out the gate, you guys, this is not a positive person. This is somebody who seeks to keep people in a low vibration because they are easier to control in that regard. And I hate to say it, but for some of you, this person is all about drugs and alcohol, or something, maybe even just like money related situations. And they use that to control the people around them. This is somebody who wants to prevent people from being able to see the truth, not just about who they are as a person, but also the potential that you have, or the potential that other people have in their own life. It's like, I want to like have this club of people that refuse to get better or refuse to move on to that next chapter in their life, because then I can, kind of control them or be like the leader of the pack, right? So we have somebody that is a wounded warrior, but in the sense that they use it to control other people. Like, I've been where you are, or I've been through that difficult situation too. Let's commiserate, or let's get through this together, but they're not actually hoping to help anybody, right? Yeah, instant karma, exactly. Hello, Pincushion. How are you doing? And when you come out as the Magician in the reverse, alongside the Two of Wands. This is like trying to tempt people off their right path or to repeat a karmic lesson. Like, no, no, this isn't the same thing. I promise you'll have a great time. And then it ends up being the same thing that you just learned, right? Hello again, Joshua Tree. How are you doing? Yeah, that's the thing. When you're trying with all of your might to control the direction of somebody else's car or bike, whatever we want to use, roller skates, it becomes all the more difficult for you to control your own vehicle or your own bike or your own skates. So I think what we have here is somebody that was trying so hard to manipulate those around them that they didn't have the energy or the focus or the time to be able to make sure they didn't go off course or they didn't fly off a cliff. So this person made a mistake. I literally am saying this person made a mistake, and then I look at these cards, and what do we have? We have Judgment in the reverse and King of Wands. This is like somebody who's like, it's cool. I'm a king of the hill. Nothing can go wrong. I have all my little minions over here, all my little flying monkeys doing my work for me. Everything will be fine. But they were wrong. They made a grave error. They made a mistake here that made it quite clear what was actually going on or like exposed them. If we stuck with the Wizard of Oz, you know, the wizard himself who's behind like all the theatrics, this person has been exposed as the little man behind the screen, right? Yeah, not some big, fearful, scary wizard after all. So now we've had the Magician in the reverse and the Devil. This person has obsessive tendencies. This person may be the kind of person that likes to get really close one-on-one and almost like try to make people fall in love with them or make people feel like, you know, this person is a one of a kind. I've got to do whatever I can. I've got to, you know, look the other way on certain things because they're that special, because they're that amazing. So it's definitely coming across to me as we have this Queen of Cups in the reverse, trying to seduce people, trying to befriend people, trying to control people, and change how they perceive their own potential or their progress or their choices, right? What is available to you? What could you do? So we have another 8. 8 of Swords and now 8 of Wands. Then we have the 5 of Swords. Both of these cards are in the reverse. This is somebody who could have done something to help but chose to not. I have a good example, but it's kind of an awful example as well. If you know that somebody is on the wrong path, if you know that they are unhappy or at risk of making a really like detrimental decision for themselves, you have that awareness and you decide to do nothing about it. You don't say anything, you don't offer any support, you don't have compassion. In my heart, I would judge the person for this. Like, how could you let somebody potentially hurt themselves or make the wrong decision when you could stop it, when you could potentially help this person, right? Like, if you see somebody who's about to jump off of a bridge, aren't you going to try to help them? Like, I would run in heels and a miniskirt across a bridge to try to stop someone. You know what I mean? Like, this energy that I'm reading, the Queen of Cups in the reverse, it's almost like they try to get people to these really bad moments, to let themselves down, to disappoint themselves in terms of what they could be doing to turn their life around. This is like inaction with a negative goal in mind, right? Hello there, Dina. How are you doing? Welcome back, Rhett. How are you doing? So this is putting people in a bad environment or in a bad situation and just kind of letting them do what they should, right? We have the Emperor. Page of Rings, which is the Page of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. This Emperor is somebody else. This Emperor sees what's going on. This could be you. This could be a friend or family member. This is somebody who's very perceptive, who understands how people generally behave or what motivates people, right? They're quick to be able to understand characters, kind of like you would trust, at least I would imagine, like a dog's opinion of a person. They can generally smell the evil, right? This Emperor came in and wanted to give a new beginning or wanted to help somebody, and they saw a behavior or an action or overheard something that clued them into who this King of Wands actually is. This person who likes to be respected or looked up to, but is actually purposefully keeping people stuck or in a bad situation. And this Emperor is more powerful than the King of Wands. So they're coming through like, sup, why are you doing this to people? Do you have like any actual justification? Because as far as I can see, you're just a shitty person. And I know how I can fix this. I know I can help these people. So this could be like, as an example, somebody who has responsibility of other people in a rehab environment who is not doing the right kind of work, right? Being replaced by somebody who actually has compassion for the folks that they're there to help. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse again. So I feel like this is, the first one comes across to me as somebody who isn't necessarily specifically doing the action, but facilitates it in a way to try to look like hands off, right? Like I didn't actually pull the trigger or whatever this is, right? And then this second Five of Swords in the reverse seems to me more like somebody coming around, realizing that there's been a problem or realizing that somebody has behaved dishonorably and wanting to address this heartache, wanting to help the people who need this help, right? Very true, Joshua Tree. I agree with that for sure. Hello, Miss Tiana. How are you doing? Hello, Junior John. What's happening? So, two very different energies. We've been having a lot of that lately where we have very opposing energies, right? Like King of Wands in the reverse, King of Wands in the upright. Kind of like matched in a battle situation, and then quite often having like the negative energy, assuming that they can win in a situation where they really can't. Eight of Wands in the reverse is clarified by the Seven of Wands in the reverse. A person who has been kind of like hands off or not helping, right? This King of Wands, this indefensible energy, not being protective where you should be protective, not being loving where you should be loving, is being replaced with somebody who does have this compassion or does have this empathy or sympathy. Whatever this King of Wands is lacking, this Emperor does have. They actually care for the people in their charge or around them, right? Want the best for others. You don't get to the emperor or empress level without that, FYI. If you're, one of those weirdos, sorry, I'm just gonna call it like I see it. If you're one of those weirdos out there that likes to do like love spells or thinks that you're more like spiritually powerful than others because you know how to like manipulate people, you're being taught a lesson that you are not nearly as powerful as you think you are. You don't understand that the true power comes from being compassionate or loving. Oh, thank you, Miss Joanna. No, Junior John, don't tell me how to do my readings. um, yeah, we've got somebody here who has been kind of like replaced or deposed. Like somebody has been proven to be acting out of malice or fear or hate, even. And now there's this other component, this like balance to that side that is explaining how you should do this, how you should be kind, caring, or compassionate towards others. Wow, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Hmm. They very rarely come out together like this, and then they're both in the upright, so I'm all about it. This would be divine counterparts. This would be like two peas in a pod, yin and yang, very similar and able to understand what motivates or creates passion for those people, right? But what I want to know is this Queen of Wands somebody that was in this relationship? Was this Queen of Wands the Queen of Cups in the reverse or the King of Wands? Because initially my hit was that this Queen of Cups in the reverse is this King of Wands. This is somebody who's manipulative, but wants people to look at them as highly respectable or highly admired, right? Like, yes, bow before me, I'm your master, that kind of bullshit. We have the Two of Swords. I think the Queen of Wands is the individual that has picked up on this Queen of Cups in the reverse, King of Wands, like fallacy, right? Like you're not actually this great person. You just want people to think you are. Hermit in the reverse, 10 of Pentacles. This is somebody who's very focused on how they're perceived, definitely wanting others to view them as successful, perhaps specifically wealthy or, lucky in some regard. But unfortunately, the issue is we actually have somebody that is like a fraud. It's this is such a weird reference. For those of you that have ever worked in like a restaurant or a bar, when you run out of something and you can't stock it, but you want it to look like it's full, you bring all of this shit to the front, right? It looks like it's full, but if you pull out the, first one or two items, maybe it's a Dr. Pepper, let's go with that. You'll realize that it's actually empty behind. This is what that person does. They have this facade presented to you as if they are fully stocked, totally awesome, really caring, really rich, whatever that might be. But, like they don't have nearly what they claim they have, right? They just want people to view them as powerful or well off, in control of their own life. But in reality, there's something here that they are hiding, something that they guard with their life. This is a secret they don't want people to know. So this could be a weakness or a perceived weakness. They don't want people to know that they have a gambling problem. They don't want people to know that they're gay. I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay, just to clarify. But we have somebody here who feels like they have to have a facade in order to satisfy what other people expect of them. And they are being exposed because there's something here that they don't like about themselves that has pushed them to focus on other people. Do you guys know anybody like that? I am so upset with who I am as a person, but I refuse to address what I think is wrong about myself. I will find a way to feel better about myself by focusing on what's wrong with other people, right? um, not what I would recommend. Like, if there's one piece of advice that I can stand by 100%, it's accountability isn't just for other people. Accountability is what can you do on a daily basis or a weekly basis, however you do it, to make sure that I am pushing myself to be my best self, right? Hello there, Anthony. How are you doing? So, in a sense, we have somebody who was so focused on other people's problems, in part because they didn't want anybody to notice that they actually had a pretty serious problem with themselves, right? Yeah, they might be everywhere. King of Swords in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Judging others because you don't want to tend to your own bullshit, right? We've got somebody that was harsh towards others and not being honest with themselves about what they needed to fix for themselves. All right, we're going to go with the Earth and Bone. Really? I don't like this stuff, you guys. It ain't my thing. It's not my cup of tea. Number 31, Conjurer. Higher self, subconscious, influencing, creation. And then we have number 25, Burrow. Exhaustion, lack of energy, questioning motivations, realignment. Questioning motivations is what really stands out to me about this particular card, because this is like, you know what? What are we actually manifesting here? What are we actually trying to accomplish here? What are we hoping for as far as the outcome? Somebody was trying to control all these other people around them by encouraging negative behavior, immature behavior, unhealthy, toxic behavior, because if they could keep them in a state like this, where they wanted to hide from their problems or hide from other people, then they could control them. Questioning motivations. This person had a questionable motivation concerning other people. This is the Black Tarot. Eight of Spheres, which is the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Three of Swords in the reverse. Five of Swords in the reverse. So we had the Three of Swords and the upright, right? Yeah. And we've had the Five of Swords in the reverse from every deck except for the initial one. So I don't want to work on my own healing. I don't want to invest in making myself better. There's nothing wrong with me. What are you talking about? I'm perfect, right? Are you? Are you? Because, what I see here is you're actually not even close to perfect. um, yeah, I see somebody who feels like they don't have anything they need to work on. They're just like God's gift to people so they can help other people fix their problems. But it's all a mountain of, I want to feel better about myself by judging you, by looking at you in your worst moments. I want to um, feel like better than you. That's how you want to live your life. Five of Swords in the reverse in this element or in this context is making me feel like somebody doesn't realize that they are ruining their own blessings by digging in their heels and refusing to heal what is broken within them and instead focusing on the problems of others or even, exacerbating them or making them worse. This person, what are we referring to them as? Let's call them the King of Wands. No, let's call them the Magician in the reverse. This Magician in the reverse is sending negative energy towards others, not realizing it's coming back on them, not realizing they're actually causing themselves issues. Self-sabotage in the name of hurting others. Not my favorite kind of energy. Three of Spears or Three of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. There's somebody that is coming in to intercede to replace this person, call this person out to it's like I'm getting a restart on a computer. Like there's a bug or there's malware. I'm going to do a software upgrade or reset and everything will be fine. Like, be gone with you, bug. There's a new beginning. There's somebody being pushed out, right? If this is a relationship, this is a removal of toxic energy and a breakup that seems very warranted, that then brings in a sense of achievement or enlightenment for the person that walked away. Almost feels to me like this is what enables somebody to actually find the love that they're deserving of because they know that it's the right thing to do in terms of walking away. This is the Situations deck. Alien, soulmate, and crickets all in the reverse. Somebody has been ignoring their intuition, has been forcing a relationship. So there's a couple of things, right? We have two people involved in a relationship or were recently involved in a relationship. One person didn't want to rock the boat, didn't want to cause drama, didn't want to be causing a fight, but knew that they needed to walk away or end this relationship. And the other person was kind of banking on that person being conflict avoidant or not really wanting to address the situation. And it's kind of like they were toying with this person. I know you won't leave me, so I'm just going to do me. I'm just going to live how I want to live. It feels like a good time to mention you are the captain of your own ship. If you get off course, if you get into a relationship that is not healthy, don't try to just aggravate the situation to provoke somebody else from into like breaking up with you, right? You gotta learn how to pull that trigger yourself. And I don't mean to make a gun reference, but like, I'm sorry. You have to be comfortable with ending things that are no longer good for you. You cannot expect other people to make those decisions for you. You cannot expect other people to be your agent, right? To be your advocate. You have to stand up for yourself. There are going to be times in life where you feel like, "Mm, I could just kind of like sit back and watch this dissolve. It'll eventually end anyways." Why are you willing to waste your time like that? Why are you willing to sit in a place where you are uncomfortable or unhappy and let somebody else be in control of when that time ends? That's like, this is such a weird way to like describe it, but that's like getting home from a water park and sitting in your wet denim shorts. Why do you want to rash? Why do you want to sit in unhappiness? You know, so somebody is learning a lesson here that you take control of these situations. Okay. If it's not working for you, it's not working for you. And you don't have to explain yourself with 99 pages of reasons. If your answer is no, no is a full sentence. Are you happy? No. Are you leaving? Yes. Like you got to be able to be in control of your own decisions and end things when they are no longer what you want or no longer a good fit, right? If they're holding you back, don't let them. We have the Six of Wands. This is the Egyptian tarot, by the way. Magician in the reverse again. I don't like it. Knave of Chalices or Page of Cups. Someone is not willing to burn a bridge here. They want to be able to come back around if you are successful. This is like somebody who recycles their exes. Like, okay, I've come back to you. I think I'll go back to the person I was with last year. This person just tries to refine how they control other people. They don't ever actually do the healing for themselves. They don't actually believe in being alone. This is somebody who would not describe themselves as codependent, but they are codependent as fuck. Like this person doesn't know how to be alone. They have to be using somebody or they don't feel alive. What a life. The Hermit in the reverse. Hierophant in the reverse. Like, how bad can we get here? Magician in the reverse, Hermit in the reverse, Hierophant in the reverse. You don't want to have agency over your own life, or you don't have agency over your life, but you try to control others. You refuse to see things from a different perspective. You don't want to be pursuing wisdom or seeing things the right way because you know it would make you look bad. And then Hierophant in the reverse. You don't have something you believe in that anchors your moral character. This person is willing to, sell their grandma for a boat, like this person doesn't have a reliable like decision-making process aside from, is this what benefits me? Is this what I want? They don't care about other people. But whatever those hidden motivations are or were, whatever they were trying to mask and dress up and pretend was like a really strong moral character or respectable human, they're now being exposed as I'm thinking of Men in Black. What were they called? The aliens that drink sugar water. They've been exposed, right? Whoever this is, people now see them for who they truly are, and it's not going well for them. But, karma always finds you, karma always knows where you live. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading as much as I enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you on the next reading.